Claire smiled and said, "I'm not as gossipy as you." Afterward, the two walked into the Shangri-La Hotel. When they were about to go upstairs, a woman's exclamation suddenly rang in their ears. "Oh, Claire, why are you here?" Claire raised her head and saw a pair of young men and women walking towards her. The man wore a luxurious suite, and he knew it was a wealthy young master from a certain family at a glance, while the woman was covered in famous brands with beautiful makeup, but the brows and eyes were full of arrogant colors, and the dress was a bit kitsch and dancing posture. This woman, Claire, knew her, Li Qing, her roommate when she was in college. Although Li Qing and Claire were in the same dormitory, they are not classmates. Although they were sleeping together, the relationship between Claire and Li Qing was very ordinary. This is mainly because Li Qing Zhao pretends to be high-minded and is very jealous. She has always felt that Claire is not worthy of the name Colonel's Flower, and the real school flower should be her. But the actual situation is that she is much worse than Claire in terms of appearance, build, momentum or connotation. However, this woman has an advantage. She is especially good at hooking up with men. It is said that she has hooked up with a lot of rich people before. All the expenses for 4 years of college were paid by those men. Claire frowned, but seeing everyone in the class, when the two approached, she could only bite the bullet and said politely, "Li Qing. Long time no see. My husband and I came here for dinner, you what?" Li Qing said in surprise, "Ah, that's a coincidence. My husband and I are here for dinner too." After that, she asked again pretendingly and curiously, "By the way, which position did you book? Ordinary box, premium box, or luxury box?" Claire was confused about Charlie's arrangement, and could only reply truthfully, "I don't know this. My husband ordered the location." At this time, Li Qing noticed the existence of Charlie, covered her mouth and smiled, and said, "Oh, this is your husband Charlie, right?" He was a very ordinary man at school back then. The sneer hidden between the words is particularly harsh. Claire looked embarrassed. Li Qing came back to her senses and hurriedly said apologetically, "Oh, sorry, blame me for being outspoken, you don't mind." Charlie frowned slightly. This lady, she doesn't seem good. Li Qing didn't pay attention to Claire's face. She pulled the man next to her proudly, and said, "I will introduce you to my husband Zheng Hao." Then, she praised, he is the eldest master of the Zheng family in Orus Hill, and he is also the heir of the Zheng family's hundreds of millions of fortune. Claire nodded politely. Charlie's expression was a little gloomy. "I brought my wife to my wedding anniversary. Who knew we'd meet such an annoying thing halfway through?" Li Qing continued to say, "By the way, my husband is a platinum member here. He has a lot of authority. I guess Charlie has a regular box at most, right? Why don't I ask him to help you upgrade directly to the luxurious box?" "How is it?" Claire was about to decline. Charlie laughed, and said, "I booked a good position, so let's forget about it. You know, the Sky Garden on the top floor will make up for a grand wedding. She is a platinum member. What's so good about her? What's more, the entire Shangri-La Hotel is in his own home. If he took his wife to a luxury box with only platinum members, wouldn't it be a surrender?" At this time, Li Qing said with some dissatisfaction, "Claire, look at your married husband. You don't know how to promote him. How do you usually discipline him?" As she said, she took Zheng Hao's arm, nestled her head on his shoulder, and said with a smile, "Charlie's behavior is not suitable for such a noble occasion. I would like him to ask my husband for more advice in the future. Aristocratic etiquette, after all, my husband studied in England." Zheng Hao glanced at Charlie with disdain, and smiled, "My wife, don't arrange this impossible task for me. Mr. Charlie is so maverick and you want to teach him aristocratic etiquette. I'm afraid it will be difficult." Li Qing nodded, sighed, and said to Claire, "If you want me to tell you, you should get divorced quickly. Spending a lifetime with a poor man like Charlie, you will feel wronged." Li Qing just spoke without any cover, not caring about Claire's feelings at all. Claire couldn't bear it, and immediately said coldly, "Li Qing, what do you mean?" "My husband, it's not your right to comment." Li Qing covered her mouth and smiled, and said, "You didn't look down on me when I was in college. How could you be considered a colonel's flower if you had some bad money at the time?" Now that you don't marry well, you don't want me to talk about it. Charlie was very unhappy when he heard this. This Li Qing, who was profane when she was in school, relied on having a decent face to hook up with a rich man, and now she is lucky to marry a rich family. Is she really a rich and young lady? Besides, dare to laugh at his wife? Really looking for death.